After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 317. It is Monday, July 23rd, pretty early in the morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Because I have adoration today and my replacement has not been coming in on time, so we don't want to risk me being late, so we're doing it early. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Tali, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We're glad to have you with us. If you are new, we're glad that you found us. If you are returning, we're glad to have you back. And if you are in the shadows, please consider joining the Ravelry group officially and the YouTube officially, so we know you're there. Just press the little subscribe button on your right and hit the little bell for notifications. The Ravelry group is where all the alongs and fun things, encouragement, and all that kind of stuff happens, so we'd love to see you there. Okay. We do have a new member, and her name is Beta. I think it's Beta or Bitta. Brigida.
Brigida.
She's from
Brigida, I think.
Sweden. I'm not sure if it's Brigida or Brigida.
I would think that'd be Brigida.
Beta, could you tell us how to pronounce your name? I hate mispronouncing people's names, and that's not one I'm familiar with. So, welcome to the Woman Cave. We hope you enjoy. We hope you all enjoy what we are doing here.
What we are doing
here, not here. Okay.
The line must be drawn here.
All right. Who does tea first?
Mine is more interesting than yours. Here we go. Hers is boring. It's the same as always.
It's not the same as always. It is not the same as always. You fibbed. I have been having...
It's the same as most times.
All right. Do not fib.
So you all know what she has, but because I have more projects, I'm going first, but mine is more interesting.
It's a matter of opinion.
Oh, it's a matter of fact.
It's a matter of opinion.
Matter of fact. So...
The fact is that yours is a matter of your opinion.
It's a matter of fact. Plum Deluxe Tea. Deluxe Autumn Chai Herbal Tea. Spice up the season, open your senses. It's got Rubius tea, cinnamon, ginger, clove, cardamom, orange peel, almond essence, love, and gratitude.
I forgot my glasses.
Oopsie.
I'm going to have to try to read that thing without
Are you going to need me to read it for you?
We'll see.
So, me first. This is a good one.
You always have chai. You always have Plum Deluxe.
Yes, but my flavors vary.
I don't care.
Mine is way more
I
interesting.
don't think so. Oh, I like this one. What's this one?
This is Deluxe Autumn Chai Herbal Tea.
It says it has cinnamon in it.
It does have cinnamon in it.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I'm going to have to get me some of that. Okay, Andy, you outdid yourself with that one.
I wish I could taste it better because I have a feeling it's better even than I'm
it's amazing. I can
tasting because I have a limited sense of taste, I think, with my porcelain smell.
That has a very strong cinnamon taste to it. I like that.
Because I can taste enough to tell there's a good cinnamon taste to it and that it's good, but I have a feeling I get a lot more out of it. I could smell better.
Okay, I have my vanilla chai because this is my first cup of tea for the morning. I just finished breakfast and I haven't had my tea yet. So in my Tortoise versus hare, there's the hare. Because I drink left-handed, you get to see the hare, but here, I'll show you the turtle first.
But the hare is more
turtle's
awesome.
Adorable here. There he is. And both of those designs are Talia's. So
I just haven't done any new designs.
That's Timmy, right? Timmy on the...
Yes, it's Timmy and Oops.
Yeah, because it's not Biddy.
No, that's pre-Biddy.
Chai tea. She knows what tastes. She never tastes my chai tea. No. Okay. All right. Let's get right into the cows that are in other groups. And I say cows for us. They're Lals. I don't know if they are for there, but they might be.
Right.
Okay. Got the Harry Potter cow in Victorian Studios podcast. That is Victorian Studio. It's Maureen. And it goes all year, and it's just anything Harry Potter related. And she probably does accept loom knits. She accepts a lot of things. So if you're concerned about it, just ask her. She's usually pretty accessible. And it's a fun podcast. So you might want to check that out. Then the Family Movie Night Cal is Crocheting Hoovian, and I'm pretty sure she does accept loom as well. If you have any questions on any of these, just ask the people. Crocheting Hoovian in the Crocheting Hoovian podcast, and it's anything. It's kind of like our Teen Tales, that has to do with movies, movies and things like that. So that's a good one, and it goes all year long. The Year of Socks also goes all year long, and that's Crocheting Hoovian as well. And it's just as it says, socks, any kind of socks. The Shorty Socks Cal is Undead Yarn. That's Heidi, Knitty Girl, and that is also a year long. And it says Shorty Socks, but as far as I know and what I've seen over there, you can do any kind of socks, short, tall, whatever. Just check out our group for the rules. And then the 18 Hats in 2018 Cal is Brittany. That's Comforting Crafts. They are not a podcast. She's not a podcast, but she's a great group. A lot of charity over there, and she's a super person. So that's B-Wing in the Comforting Crafts. The 18 Toys in 2018 Cal is Studio Von Design, and that's Vonnie, that's Bee's Knees group. And again, it's not a podcast, but it is a wonderful group. A lot of fun going on. She's also having a dragon along over there, and I think that goes through August. Okay, I'm not sure if it's the end of August or the beginning of August. The 2018 tracking stash is Deb's Destiny and Blue Yarn Always. Okay, that's Debbie and Sheila. Okay, and that the rules are in their group for that. I don't know if they're having prizes or not. Depends, I think, on their participation. But it's a wonderful podcast. They haven't had one up in a while, but I think they're probably due for one pretty soon. So keep your eye open for them. They're a lot of fun. All of these podcasts are a lot of fun. Some of them are a little more erratic than others for whatever reason. Either life, health, whatever it is. But they're all worth watching. Those Summer Knits and the Summer Sock-alongs, that's Yarn Cafe Creations, who's Christy, and Dragon Horde Yarn, that's Tristan, from the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. And that's a very active podcast group. You might want to check that out. They're a lot of fun. They're a mother-daughter team. Christy is the mom, and Tristan is the daughter. And they both have yarns and Etsy shops, although I think Tristan is moving to her own website, I think. I don't know when. Talia, I cannot talk with all these creatures. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. You just threw him off.
I didn't know who was on my shoulder. I thought it was Bunny.
The poor little baby bunny.
Cute.
Half pint?
Half pint. Okay. With a full pint tail. It's adorable. Okay. Moving on. Okay, first of all, before we go into the podcast stuff for our own Cal-Als, I want to let everybody know I had promised that a percentage of my autism awareness yarns would be going off to Autism Society. I have sent the check off. I finally found a way to send it via check because they didn't have a PayPal button. So I sent $60 to the Autism Society of Northern Virginia. So I wanted to let you know that happened. Thank you very much for making that donation possible. I didn't want you to think I forgot about it. I did do it. It is gone. It went off Thursday or Friday. I think it was. Maybe Saturday. It went off. So it's gone. Thank you very much for your support with that. Okay. Now, this, our segue in here, the Tortoise versus Hare is not really our baby. That's Laura Concerts. And she very graciously, what are you looking at?
Bunny?
That she very graciously, people are here. Pay attention.
I'm getting rather sleepy. I'm entertaining myself.
You should have told me that before we started, and we could have done it this afternoon.
I'd probably still be sleepy. I'm entertaining myself.
I'm not going to carry this podcast.
You're not carrying the podcast.
Into La La Land.
I'm not carrying the podcast. I'm entertaining myself.
Well, do it more entertainingly. Anyway, okay, and not distractingly.
Something in my eye.
The Tortoise versus Hare, Cal is Laura Concert of Crocheting Hoovian. It's her baby, and she very sweetly asked us to co-host again for the 3rd year, which we are very excited about. And the other co-host is Brittany, who is beaming from Comforting Crafts. And this is going strong. It's so much fun to see all the tortoise and hares and, you know, things that are coming up.
And hares.
It's great. We are enjoying that very much. In our group, WIPs and FOs will both be eligible to be drawn for prizes. You must obviously be a member of the Ravelry group to whom you are posting. And the projects may be knitted, loom knitted, or crocheted. I think it's the same for all 3 groups, but if not, just check the other 2 groups.
I wanted to give you guys a countdown of how many, where we were at. Okay, so the tally right now is 69 to 43. Tortoises in the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Bunnies we need to pick up.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were in the lead.
Laura texted me.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we have, yay, Team Tortoise. Okay.
So bunnies we need to pick it up. I mean, I know I'm not doing my part, but bunnies pick them up.
Okay, join the Ravelry group to which you want to participate.
Team Bunny needs you.
What are you doing?
Team Bunny needs you.
Projects must be knitted, loom knitted, or crocheted. 1 WIP per project per week. The FO whenever it's done. If you've had a WIP posted already during the week, but you finished the object, then you can still post the FO that week. That's fine. Please tag your projects PHN TORVS HAR 2018 for Ravelry and hashtag PHN TORV VSHAR 2018 on Instagram. It's in the thread, I think. And that's for us. I mean, I think Crocheting Hoovian probably has
I think she has a different one.
So, okay. The projects must not be finished before July 1st, although they do not have to be finished before September 30th. So, the WIP can be whenever. You could have started years ago. As long as you didn't finish it before July 1st, it's eligible. As long as you have to work on it during July 1st through September 30th, okay? Even if it's not finished. And we already said they had to do with turtles and bunnies and all that.
And bunnies.
If you use Lady Fernicle Creations yarn, the completed object will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs completed object, tortoise or hare, that fits the rules is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you use the yarn and the project, the pattern together, Franciscan Gypsy Designs, that would be Biddy, the Bashful Baby Turtle, Tara, the Sea Turtle, Timmy the Timid Turtle, Oops the Bunny, and Valeria the Bunny. Then, if you use the yarn, my yarn with that, and finish the object, is eligible for 3 chances at a prize. Okay. Right now we have an interweave crochet 2019. I can't talk. I need tea. Tea break.
A year from now.
Tea break. Better. An interweave crochet 2009 collection CD is a collection of magazine patterns. And Happy Fuzzy yarn in the macaw colorway. So there are 2 prizes right now, one for each of 2 lucky winners. Okay. Now the
quick note to those of you who are still waiting for your prizes for other longs. They are slowly but surely making their way out.
I think we have 2 or 3 to send out. I think we have Penguin Freaks to send out, Rose Bobs to send out, and maybe another one.
I can't recall. We don't have very many, but you haven't been forgotten. I know that we had warned you when we were going to be sending out the prizes that it might take a while.
Yeah, because we've been extremely busy. And
my energy levels aren't always as they should be.
Yeah, so I actually took some to the post office this time around, so to get things out a little faster. So yeah, we apologize for the delay, but thank you for
your prizes will be getting to you.
Yeah, before the next along.
Yes.
So okay, PHN Tea and Tails year-long Cal. Okay, that's going very strong. We're 7 months in. 7 months in. Wow.
Yeah.
7 months in to the Cal, and this is fun. I'm loving seeing the projects. I'm loving seeing how they are tied in, even though I know I'm behind again. I will try and catch up. So we said this is a year long. It runs from January 1st through December 31st of this year. Again, it is knit, loom knit, or crocheted. WIPs will be allowed as long as they are worked on during the time period of the year. Chatter and pictures are on the same thread. Projects must be tied in some way to... No.
Can you straighten Tilly's leg? That looks painful.
It's not important at this point.
Sorry.
Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to the theme of tea and or tales. For tales, please, only books, novelizations, graphic novels, things that are actual stories. Yes, children's books are acceptable. Somebody mentioned on YouTube, I can't remember your name.
It was a book called Zuzu's Petals.
Zuzu's Petals. It's a children's book. Yes, it will be accepted. So, Rose, you had a Zuzu's Petals. I think it was you. Or maybe it was Linda.
Whoever it was who put it in a Zuzu's Petals, and we said, no, that doesn't count. We did not realize that there was a children's book called Zuzu's Petals.
Yes. LM.
So thank you for the person who mentioned that.
Yes. So whoever you are, Linda or Rose, it was one of you two, I can't remember which, had a Zuzu's Petals. We didn't know. It's a new book. It's about 2016.
Oh, okay.
So
not that we would have known about children's books anyway.
No. So we're really happy that you guys now have an eligible project with the Zuzu's Petals. Okay? All right.
Zuzu's Petals.
Where was I?
Zuzu's Petals.
Okay. One whip project. Okay. Any Franciscan Gypsies design FO that can be tied to tea and tails. Any Joanna Johnson's patterns that can be tied to tea and tails. Any Mom Cook, that's Renee, patterns that can be tied to tea and tails. And any Crocheting Hoovian patterns that can be tied to tea and tails, especially her Hufflepuff, which is a tail. It's Harry Potter related. Yeah. Those are all eligible for 2 chances at a prize. If you use my yarn for it, then the FO is eligible for 3 chances at a prize. Okay. Okay. We have the prizes for this time, the 3rd quarter. We have a Lady Vertical Creations skein of yarn in the Mystic DK base. That was donated by Cookie45, who is Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, very much. As well as a Franciscan Gypsies design mug that was also donated by Stephanie. Thank you very much. We appreciate your generosity. Okay, so keep those wonderful entries coming. The end of the year prize keeps getting bigger, as we said. So that's going to be quite amazing. The one prize right now, it has a huge package of mini skein, 2 small lace weight knit picks, alpaca yarn in the silver colorway 50-gram skeins, a Silver Shed USA and Brody medium sheep project bag, Brittany's cards, and CJ Knits, I think it is. CJ Knits puzzle pieces stitch markers.
And CJ Knits does amazing work.
And actually, I don't think they're puzzle pieces. I have to go back and see what they are. I think I left that in there when I had Laura's there, but we gave them away for the autism awareness because we thought it fit better there. I have to check what those actually are.
They are still they're
CJ Knits, but I don't remember what they are.
CJ Knits does an amazing job.
She does. I think it might actually have something to do with tea. Okay. I don't remember, though. Okay. Cardiac Dysautonomia Awareness. Okay. This is our 5th annual cardiac read along, but only our 1st dysautonomia. So this is going from... Oh, when did we start this? April, right? No. June?
Yes, June.
June. We started in June, and it goes through... Oh, I guess we started July 1st. July 1st is September.
Okay.
July 1st is September 30th.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So this is for cardiac and dysautonomia awareness, and it runs during that time period. The rules are basically the same, okay? The only difference in the rules are that the project should have a substantial amount of shades of red, shades of pink, shades of teal or turquoise, and shades of blue. Okay.
Or shades, but you don't have to have all of them.
Right, you don't have to have all of them. You can have a combination of them, substantial, okay, amount of those, 1 or more of those colors in there. And I might say even aqua because it's hard to say what's teal and aqua.
Yeah,
and
it's
blue.
really hard.
All I say is that teal and blue, they tend to be more, you know, and aqua and all that, they're more toward the blue spectrum, not so much the green. And unless the skein actually says it's teal a green skein and it says teal on it, then we will accept that. Yeah. Okay? And the rules are the same as what we already have mentioned in many of the other ones, so I'm not going to reiterate that again. Please tag your projects PHN CDA for Ravelry and hashtag PHNCDA 2018 on Instagram. Okay, they must not be finished before July 1st, but they do not have to be finished before September 30th. So just as long as you work on it, as always. Okay, and again, knit, loom, knit, or crochet projects. If you use Lady Fernico Creations yarn containing any shades of reds or pinks, blues or teals or aquas, that's kind of colors, turquoises, the complete object will be eligible for 2 chances of a prize. Any Franciscan Gypsies design in reds, pinks, blues, or teals, just like the same colors I mentioned before, are eligible for 2 chances of the prize. And if you use my yarn with Taya's pattern, then you have 3 chances at a prize, just as usual. It's pretty much the same type of thing, okay? And right now we have some prizes. That we have a wonderful donation from Rena. It's a Ravelry pattern up to $8. We have a skein of Happy Fuzzy yarn in the macaw colorway, and we have a...
Didn't you mention the macaw colorway earlier, too?
I have 2 of them.
Oh.
We have a Jits Farf Pot, it's 420 meters. It's red, white, and blue in the Sodnodal colorway. Okay, and it's a 75-25%. So I think it's 75 wool and then 25% nylon. I can't read German, so I'm not sure what kind of wool. I think it's probably superwash, but I think it's a superwash merino, but I'm not sure. Okay.
I just have a few facts to run over for pots, and then hopefully next time we can do, or in the next couple weeks or so, we can do the cardiac facts.
Right.
But some pot symptoms can be relieved by laying down. This helps restore normal blood flow to the brain and chest area. Improper blood flow makes standing exercise difficult for POTS patients. POTS can... Is your thing?
It's sizzling.
Sizzling?
Yeah.
Okay. POTS can range from mild to severe. Experts estimate that 25% of POTS patients are so disabled they cannot work or attend school. Researchers compare the disabilities seen in POTS to disabilities seen in congestive heart failure, or COPD. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that POTS patients endure an average 4-year diagnostic delay, due in large part to lack of awareness. The prolonged search for a diagnosis causes tremendous financial strain on the patient and their family, in addition to years of suffering without a diagnosis or proper treatment. This is why we focus, unlike some of the conditions, like when we do a cardiac awareness, it's a more immediate thing. Okay, if you miss a cardiac problem, heart is muscle. You've got to act as quickly as possible, or you're going to have more damage to your heart, which has longer effects for the rest of your life. It's much more of you have a timeline, or if you don't hit it soon enough, you will cause irreversible damage. For POTS, it isn't so much that you're going to cause more damage physically. It's not going to, your heart's not going to break down from it. Your nervous system's not going to degenerate from it if you don't catch it soon enough. But the suffering from not knowing what's going on, the financial strain like they mentioned, thinking that you're crazy, having people believing, oh, why don't you just do stuff? Why are you tired all the time? Oh, why don't you just basically buck up and deal with it? This 4-year average diagnostic delay can be a big deal, just emotionally and financially. And I did have a 4-year delay in getting 4 years before I actually got to the point where people would take me seriously. It took me about another year to actually get a diagnosis. So, just wanted to bring that up. So when you're dealing with people who have this, there's emotional things that they're going through as well as the physical. So.
Okay. I think I have 4, Let's see.
I know I have 6.
1. Counting will commence. 2. That was for Sue.
Just for Sue.
Just for Sue. 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So I will start. So my first one is here. In my Silver Shed USA Rebel Scum bag. This is the RAR hat. It's a Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. And I'm using Dragon Horde yarn fluffy sock in the colorway Dinosaurs RAR for Davina.
And for the person who asked about it, Talia did answer, but in case you didn't see, this is the hat she was wearing on the last podcast that you asked about. This is the Diana
pattern.
hat. The pattern, yes.
Yeah. Because this is not physically the hat I was wearing.
No.
Um,
But I said this is the hat she asked about.
yes. The pattern actually calls for like a sport or something. I'm using a fingering. I just add, whoopsie, more rows. So, getting there slowly but surely. It doesn't move along maybe as quickly as I would normally because the one Davina is excited about right now is her purple one.
And that's also one Diana's hat, right?
Yeah. So every time, just about every time she sees me, she's like, have you worked on it yet? She hasn't asked me for the past couple days because I think I answered no too many times and she figures I'm not working on it at all.
Well, she's either all or nothing.
Yes. So, very bright, very Davina.
Yeah, it's almost blowing out the camera.
I plan on making Stethoscope Cozy out of this when I'm done. So.
Okay, so you have one more?
Yes. Bunny on her side.
I'm sat on top of my owl. How come my owls are all down?
That owl usually belongs right here. Hang on, Mom. He usually is propping your bat up.
He's so little.
He's a strong little guy.
Yep.
Okay, so can't remember if he's Kristoff, not Sven.
No, he's not Sven. He's Kristoff.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be Hans at first, but
Yeah. So
I don't like Hans. I like Han, but not Hans.
in my Silver Shed USA Bat Signal bag is Scarlet Witch. This is very creatively the LG-85A Fills pattern by Tammy Eigman Thompson. But the pattern's pretty. This is supposed to be my first pattern with steeking.
Oh, okay.
It's long rows, so I only did a row.
Long rows.
It's just one of those things. It's not going to be very fast moving. And you're not going to really see.
You can see enough because the colors are so different.
Yeah. But at this point, there's just not a lot for you to see.
Very pretty.
So, it's just not until you're farther along will you be able to tell anything. But if I don't work on it, it doesn't get farther along. So
That's how it works.
strange how that is.
Okay. In my Kiki Boo Holiday Owls bag is my Seafoam Preemie Baby hat. Here's on the bottom here. I love the color of this yarn. Isn't it pretty? Well, isn't this pretty? I think the color might actually be seafoam. Let's see. No, it's actually teal.
I was going to say it looks kind of like a teal.
And this is one of those teals that kind of errs on the side of green. But it says teal, so it's eligible. Not that I'm eligible, but I can put it in there just for fun. And I really like the way this yarn, this is a Yarn Bee yarn, and it's very soft. It's very soft. And the color is just gorgeous. So this is my first project. I'm using a loom that has medium, I guess it's called a fine gauge loom, so you can use the, no, I guess not. This is I'm sorry, this is my chunky loom, because this is chunky weight yarn. It doesn't look like chunky weight yarn. It looks almost like a heavy, like an Aran.
Yeah, it looks almost like an Aran.
Because it feels, this actually feels very light.
Well, that's good.
So, that's good. I might have to keep that for my, some of my bulkier, because some of them are so bulky that they feel like bulletproof and they wouldn't be comfortable maybe for the baby's head.
Right. You done with that? Okay, so the next one is in my Plover Bird Turtles bag. And this is Donnie with a Dash of Leo. It's a Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. I'm using Yarn Cafe Creation Mocha DK in the colorway Particicution. So this is the one Davina keeps asking about.
It's really pretty. I like that color. And I'm not a purple person, but I like that color.
It's got purples with pops of blue. And I'm getting close. Just a little bit more stockinette. Well, probably about double stockinette that I have here. And then I'll be able to think about closing it up.
It's like there's almost 2 shades of blue, but it might just be the way it struck. Because it looks like the same shade, but just...
Well, some are slightly deeper.
Yeah.
So.
It's very pretty.
Yes, it is. So. Davina's looking forward to this one. I don't quite dare to mention when I work on it because then she asks me like every 5 seconds if I'm working on it. So. But there we go.
Okay, my next one is in my Silver Shed USA Crocheting Hoovian Podiversary bag. And this is a medium, I believe. Is my monkey bag. I only did a couple rows on this before my hands started hurting. I did this when I was at the hairdresser. Get my hair done, touched up. So the bottom you can see is starting to bowl up. And the color that will be with this will be the, can you see that it's kind of red and white? It'll be the sides of the bag. So this is coming along fairly well. I just take my time on it. I've come to the conclusion right now that crocheting is going to have to be, it's what I started with and it's my first love, but I think crocheting is going to have to be very, very limited for me, at least for the near future. Maybe not even near future. It may just be the way it is. I'm going to have to be limited on crochet, except, Taya's toys, and the occasional other object. I'm going to try to finish the bobbing along baby blanket, but I think I'm going to pull back on anything that has multiple stitches within a stitch. It's just too much for my hands. So I think I'm going to do more knitting and more loom knitting.
Is that all for that one?
Yeah, I'll finish that one. But
okay, so, well, since we're talking about crochet, in my Silver Shed USA Nursing Caps on Pale Field bag.
You worked on crochet?
Yeah, just a little bit. Is Nightwing Bunny. This is the Oops the Bunny pattern by me, and I'm using undead yarn in the werewolf base with the colorways Cookie Monster or Jaws Tonal. So, not a whole ton, but a little bit done on it.
It's an undead bunny.
It's an undead bunny. But I've made many undead bunnies.
It's cute. I like that color.
So.
Very nice.
There we go. We're not anywhere near,
Ninja bunny.
Yeah.
Ninja bunny.
Well, that's kind of our ninjas.
Yeah.
I guess there's no real, not kind of about it, but.
I think I can do one-on-one now, right? Every other.
Yes, we can do. We've been doing one-on-one since the first one.
Yeah. Well, the first one you did too.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
But, since that first.
In my Silver Shed USA medium caterpillar bag, this came from that kit you did with the bookworm.
Yeah.
Is my unnamed preemie baby hat. Oops. There we go.
It's funny.
Yeah. And this is the fine gauge loom. And I'm using a stash yarn in Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, Prince Jazz Stripe. Okay.
Prince Jazz Stripe?
Yeah.
Where is he the prince of?
Prince, you oboehead. Can you see that? I love this color. I've used this in multiple projects, multiple hats.
There you go. You can see the prince a little bit on there.
My first bank head was in this color. And I really like this. I have done multiple baby hats and things in here in this color. I might have to do a baby hat and a sweater to go in this color because I have a whole skein of this left, I think. So that would be a nice set for the pregnancy center. Maybe I'll do that. But that's this one. I need to get the next size up with the fine gauge, so I can make the baby hat a little bit bigger. Because this is a very small hat.
Alright.
So that's that.
Is that all you have to say about that?
That's all I have to say about that.
Okay. So, in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag is Sunshine. Well, actually, I'm changing it from Sunshine and Bluebells to Buttercups and Bluebells.
Okay.
I think it's like Field of Buttercups and Bluebells or something like that, because you got the green for the field and then you got Buttercups and Bluebells. So,
Not
this
dandelions.
is on the forest floor. I like Buttercups better.
Dandelions.
Besides more of a
It is
Buttercup.
more of a buttercup.
On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Crete, and I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada Skein and the colorway Squash Blossom, Dragon's Flight, and Fountain Pen. So, it's coming along. It is a very bright
It definitely is.
shawl. And it's going to match the hat that I have in the same colors. Usually not quite what I tend to wear, but I'm really enjoying it.
Has Davina seen it yet?
No, she can't have it. It was made to match my hat.
Has Davina seen it yet?
I'm sure she has. She hasn't really expressed an interest. She's been too focused on Donnie with the Dash
yeah,
Leo.
yeah.
I think she's disappointed if she sees me work on anything else.
Yeah, unless it's a toy. Because then it means you're doing a design, for the most part. Okay, my last project is in my Knitting's My Bag gnome bag, and this is the Precious Heirloom Shawl project from my test knit for the I'll Be There For You shawl. This is using Lucky Jenny Knits fingering sock yarn in the jewelry box colorway.
That is a pretty colorway, and it does match your bag.
It does. And this one actually has a couple mistakes in it, but it's for me, and I'm not worried about it. I fixed, sort of.
You know, this room, because it's so dark outside, you can kind of tell because it's a little dimmer in here.
What about it?
Because it's not as bright outside, it's not as bright in here.
Well, the colors are a little less washed out that way.
Yes, they are.
So you can see this is a beautiful, beautiful colorway that Jenny did for me about 2 years ago, the year that we met.
Has it been that long? Yes, it has.
Yeah, because we missed a year, and then
Yeah.
Lucky Jenny Knits. I just love it. It's beautiful. It does match my bag, which was unintentional, so it kind of makes me giggle. It was the bag I had free. This is the yarn.
Well, my last project matched my bag too, so.
I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this before the test knit's up. Thank you for all the testers who have touched base with me. This is the second week, so I need to hear from a couple of you. I know one of you is on a knitting retreat right now, or at a fiber festival, and then one of you I haven't heard from you yet, except from the beginning, and you know who you are. So please contact me so I know how you're doing on it if you're having any troubles. And for the ones that finished, thank you very much for answering the questionnaire and for testing for me. I really appreciate it. Okay, that's that for me.
Okay, so I have one final.
This is a whip?
Yes.
Okay.
In my Silver Shed USA Small Avengers bag, because I have a large one too. This is one I won from Laura for something for the Crochet and Hoovy, and I can't remember which long was I won. But anyway, this is Colorama, the pattern of the Stethoscope Cozy pattern by Kim Sheeler, but I'm working a sort of recipe off of that. It's based on someone else's notes. And this was a pattern that was gifted to me by Brittany B-Wing.
She's getting a lot of use out of it,
Brittany. Yes, I am. This is Wild Hair Pinnacle Sock in the colorway Colorama, because I'm so clever that I named the product after the colorway.
Sometimes it's about all your brain can handle.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean that all-inclusive you, not just her. Oh, that's pretty.
So.
Very pretty.
And I had picked this up for the express purpose of making a stethoscope.
Very
cozy,
pretty.
So. And it's in this smaller bag because it fits better in my purse. So.
Okay. Is that it?
That is it for whips.
Okay, FOs.
So just the one FO.
I have two.
Okay, go.
I'll do one, and then you can do the other, and then I'll do one because I want one to be last. I finished a baby hat, the Dragonette Preemie baby hat. No, this is the Dragonette baby hat. So that's going to go to the pregnancy center. It's already had a picture taken. I have to look at the way I've woven this end in. I think I can just, you know, sometimes you weave it in and you don't cut it the right way and it pops out. I have to adjust that. But there's the hat. It's already had its picture taken with Jimena, so Jimena is my baby doll, in case you guys are wondering. She does all my modeling for these hats. So, okay, so that's it.
And then I finished the Plum Deluxe Stethoscope Cozy that was made with Lady Furnicle Creations fingering sock in a colorway Plum Deluxe 2016 revamped. So I was so close, so I just went ahead and I finished it so I can wear it at work.
Turned out nice.
Change out the other one. Just so I have a belly alternate. And then owl button.
Aww.
So
Fun.
because all my heart buttons were either blue or green. That really didn't go with this.
The owl button works nicely.
So this is my home stethoscope, the one that's broken. I just use it to model my cozies off of. I don't actually use this one anymore. It's got a crack in the tubing.
Right.
But it's enough that I can make sure my stethoscope's cozies are long enough and that they fit properly. So that's all with that.
Okay, my final FO is in my Mickey Mouse bag. Laura, this is going to make you very happy. Chompy is finished.
Hi, Chompy.
So Chompy is finished. One more entry for the tortoises. Isn't he cute?
He is cute.
I just love him. He's adorable.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't
Now, the thing about Chompy is, you know, he's a fast crochet, but for me, anyone who has hand problems, I would not suggest you
So
do
you're
this
gonna say
little
everyone
guy.
who has hands?
Has hand problems because the smaller pieces, the only crafting I did yesterday was to sew this little guy together, and my hand hurt all the rest of the day. So he's great. I love him, and if it wasn't for my hands, I'd make a bunch of them. But this is probably the only one I'm going to make. This
I mean, he turned out really
he really did, and he's probably going to go upstairs, or maybe he'll sit over there with those guys.
Yeah.
Because he'll get lost over here.
No, if you put him over there, then we can still play with him every once in a while.
That's Chompy. He is finished.
We'll put him too near the heating thing.
I love him. He turned out so cute.
Yes, he did.
I might try to make him in a bigger yarn.
You could do that.
Yeah, with it. Yeah.
Although he was not a small yarn to begin with.
No, it wasn't. He's just a really small
He's just a small
turtle.
toy. Shop news.
Oh, shop news. Yeah. Are you, let me see here.
I don't have anything to shop.
This is, I told you all last week that my projects will probably be going down in amount because I'm having some issues with the weather and my hands. So this week was really bad. So what I did was a lot of yarn dyeing. And these will be going up in the shop. I've already taken pictures of most of them, but I still have to put them up. Okay. Trying to get them set up in some kind of order here. Okay. These are my fingering sock ones. Is there anything else that's fingering sock? Okay, I think these are all my fingering socks.
You actually have quite a variety in colors.
I do. Okay. This, I did another skein of my blushing flamingos in the fingering sock because I had some requests for it. I've only done one, but this is easily repeatable if people want it. So, this is fingering sock, blushing flamingos, 463 yards, 100 grams, 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. Okay? These are new colorways. This one is teal, and this is my blue teal. This one and the next one I'm going to show you I had the exact same dye stock, but different dye lots, and they came out differently. This is the blue teal. It's a very tonal teal.
I think you might be best served to not unwrap them both, but to show them side by side.
I'm going to show them side by side again, but I wanted them to show that it was tonal. Okay, this is the blue teal. And this is a new dye method to me, so I really like the way it turned out. I had done it once before, but with a different method, and I like the way it turned out this time. I've done this method with lump of coal. This is the other teal, and as you can see, it's more green.
And actually, it's drastically different.
It's drastically different. So when I list these, if I list them together, I probably won't, but it will say something in them. If I do, it'll say something that some will be more blue, some will be more green, because it's the exact same dye lot, it's just the way it's struck. So this is the teal green, and this is the teal blue.
I would list them separate because someone might want specifically the green versus the blue.
This is Till We Meet Again, teal blue, and this is Till We Meet Again, teal green. Okay, so they will probably be separate listings. And this was done with the same method. This has not been reskeined. And this is Earl Grey, Lavender Earl Grey. And this one I will open up. It's still a little damp. It has not been reskeined. It has a little bit of blue in it, purples and grays.
And we compared it to the lavender color in my tea that not that I'm drinking now, but I had some tea with lavender in it. We compared. It's pretty close.
So this is Lavender Earl Grey, and this is also a fingering sock. These are all the same base, 75-25, 463 yards. Okay, and this one has to be reskeined, so I'm just gonna, kind of loosely skein it up again. And then I have one more in this space to show you. No, I have a couple more to show you in this space. Hold on. This is two of the same color, and this is Somebody's Watching You. Okay? It's meant to be the green and yellow eyes in the dark, and the way I did this may change slightly next time I do it, or it may not. I'm not sure, but the colorway will remain basically the same. Black and green and yellow. So this is Somebody's Watching You, and it's not specifically a Halloween color, but it is a Halloween color, if you know what I mean. It can definitely be used as a Halloween color. So I have two of these, and this is a fingering sock, also 75-25. Somebody's Watching You. Reminds me of cat's eyes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's these two. The last one in my fingering sock base, this is Booyakasha, and this is not skeined yet. This one's still, and this is Mikey's colorway, Michelangelo's. You've got the orange for his mask. This is very bright. It's not a strict rendition. It's supposed to catch his essence. And if you know, watch the turtles, you know that Mikey's very, very exuberant. And so the green obviously for the turtle, the yellow for the undershell, the orange for his mask, and the red for his ever-present pizza.
And the yellow could be part of the pizza as well.
It could be, but it's meant to be his undershell. Davina caught that right away. So this is the unreskeined Mikey. This is Booyakasha. I have two more to show you of this, and they are reskeined, so you'll be able to see how that looks in a second here.
That's my favorite one of your colorways right now.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, so this one, put this aside because it needs to be reskeined. Now, in my sport base, so in my sport base, I have another of my flamingos. This is Blushing Flamingo in the sport base. This is Pig Flytle When Pigs Fly, because this pig has always wanted to fly, and they say dreams happen when pigs fly. So this is Pig Flytle. He admires Michelangelo's Terflytle. So this is when pigs fly. This is pig flightal when pigs fly. Okay. And this is a sport weight, and this is not the long sport weight. This is the heavier 274 yard sport weight, and it's got nylon in it. So it could be used for heavyweight socks. Yeah, 25% nylon.
So that's about the yardage I used for my socks, and I still had leftovers.
Okay, so were they regular size socks?
Oh yeah, I don't do shorty socks.
Okay, so this is...
I mean, I don't do socks very often, but I don't do shorty ones. And I have big feet.
What happened to the...
I wasn't paying attention. Did it fall back in the bag?
I'll put it right here for now. This one is Little Bunny Foo Foo. And this is also sport weight. It's 275 yards. 75-25. Superwash merino nylon. This is Little Bunny Foo Foo. So this is a bunny colorway.
Very pretty. It looks like it's related to pig flightal. So there's a lot of the same colors, just in a different composition.
This is actually several different colors in pig flightal.
Yeah.
There's no red in this. There's no silver in this.
True.
And I actually worked off two different... this was off the actual pig flightal, and this was off a picture. So, I don't know where my ball band went.
Well, don't lose the one with the Little Bunny Foo Foo.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay, this is here. Okay, now my next one's here. These are my DK weight. And they're both the same. This is Booyakasha.
And you already saw it opened up.
Yeah, well, this is how it looks when it's skeined. I won't do both of them. It's this one. You can see Michelangelo's Papa Pizza in there. But you can also see his orange mask and his underbelly and all that kind of stuff. So this is Booyakasha, and these are DK, and this is 246 yards of DK, 100% superwash merino. So this is really soft. They're all very soft. So I'll show you what this looks like against the unskeined in a second here. So I was busy with the dye pots this week. So you can see how...
You're too high, Mom. Come down.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
So that's how the skeins show up. So that's what I'm going to be putting up in the shop. They probably will not go up all at once, but maybe 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. Different bases, different colorways, new colorways, old colorways. I hope you like them. We have a bunny colorway and a turtle colorway in here. Of course, anything, if you wanted to do tortoise hair in any of these colors, it would be acceptable. I wish I could find my ball band.
I'm sure as soon as when you stand up, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that. I don't know.
It'll show up.
Okay. So that's that.
Royalties.
Royalties. I don't have any royalties.
I do, but just the one. I didn't bring the tea with me, but I picked up a Plum Deluxe tea that's Dance Like Nobody's Watching. And then I picked up the Dragonfly infuser and strainer. So it has a strainer and an infuser in it. The infuser is for actually steeping the tea, and then this is for like draining. That was kind of the idea I got from when the person answered my question on the Plum Deluxe group. And it just has this pretty little little dragonfly. I guess I can't think right now.
Yeah, because like I said, I still think that you put tea in the loose leaves like they do sometimes, and you just pour it into the cup with this thing on, although I don't know why you wouldn't do both. Also, this is more shallow.
Yeah,
if you have a smaller cup. Well, not that one, but you have a smaller cup. But I don't know.
But this is the deeper one's meant for the tea cups. It just sits on there very nicely. I'm more likely to use this with traveling. I do like it. It's got a nice fine mesh. I still really like the one I'm used to using because I'm not very good at judging how high to pour my water when I can't see.
Yeah.
And I've got the other one down to an art form, but this is a very good travel one.
Okay.
And it works very well.
All right. I'm still not happy with not knowing where my ball band is. Okay. Any reading or whatever?
I finished the Quadrail series by Timothy Zahn, and I'm starting his Dragonback series. I'm on the second book for that. So that would be... I'm sorry, the third book for that, because it's Dragon and Thief, then Dragon and Soldier, now I'm on Dragon and Slave.
Right.
So... And it's not actual dragons, it's a race of aliens that have the appearance of dragons, but they aren't able to live on their own for more than 6 hours. They have to...
They're symbiotes.
They're symbiotes, but they don't take anything but the abilities to... Like, they don't steal nutrients or anything from their hosts. It's just, if they don't live on someone's skin for a certain amount of time, they just fade away. They become two-dimensional and disappear eventually. So during that period of time while they're resting up or whatever, they look like a tattoo on someone's back. Although they're still able to, like, either lift a limb out and point to that thing they want you to look at, or lift their head up and push, out from underneath your shirt or something like that, as long as they're partially two-dimensional in your body.
It's really cool. I read the first one. I need to go back and read the first one so I can read the rest. I am on the Dark Force Rising by Timothy Zahn. That's the third book in the series. I'm sorry, no, I finished that. I started The Last Command, which is the third book. And then I'm looking forward to going to Patrick Carr. I may have to start the whole series over, but I don't think I'm going to be able to wait. I'm going to have to start the book. And I've done a lot of writing.
When you're done with Carr, you have the two other books by Timothy Zahn.
I have past... Visions of the Past and Visions of the Future to read. And then I've got The Scoundrels and I forget what the other one was.
Oh, the one about Lando.
Yeah. So I have several of his to read, but I have a whole bunch of books lined up.
And those are only the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, I've got a lot of things to read still. So, and I am writing. I got some writing done. I'm still in the original section, but I'm very close to starting the new material.
Yeah, I don't know if I had finished all the sections... I think I had. I think I finished all the extra sections for you by last podcast. Or at least one of them.
I think I said it was like 20 pages. So
yeah.
So I'm getting to the new material, and I have some ideas running around in my head for that as well. So not being able to knit as much might make it easier for me to do some writing. I'm going to read from this book. I read from this book the same thing last week, but we had a lot of extraneous noise that interfered with the podcast, so we cut that out. So I'm going to go ahead and reread what I read last week.
I was actually rather impressed with my own editing skills. I don't usually edit, so it was a challenge to figure out how to edit something out without...
Yes, you did well. Okay. Knitting namesakes. Have an urge to name your child, whether human or furry, something fiber-related? Choices abound. Honor one of the grand dames of knitting by opting for Elizabeth, as in Zimmerman, Barbara, as in Walker, Cornelia, as in me, who wrote some of the first knitting pattern booklets, Mary, as in Thomas, Alice, as in Starmore, or Debbie, as in Bliss. Now, I know some of them, but some of them I don't.
Yeah, same here.
Look no further than the name of your favorite yarn company. Who wouldn't love a little Rowan, Patton, Angela, I think it's Koigu, Koigu, Lotus, Opal, or Zilana running around. Have boy-girl twins? No worries. How about Spud and Chloe, which I think is horrible. Chloe's nice, but Spud, no thank you. Give your lamb a name that means lamb. Una, Talia, which is Talia, not like Talia.
Although some people do pronounce Talia.
I know, but that's not the way your name is pronounced. Rachel, Cordero, Agnes, Caritza, Hamal, or Ovid. So those apparently all mean lamb. Actually, so does Agnes. Yeah, there it is, Agnes. Okay. Let a popular pattern inspire you. You probably don't want to name your child Clapidus or Hitchhiker, but there's always Ishbel, Anise, Hedera, Haruni, or Petal. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a couple more because this is another week.
Mom.
What? Oh! It wasn't there before.
I don't remember if it was or wasn't.
Well, you didn't see it any more than I did. Did I turn this off? Okay, there. Hold on. Before we lose it again. The ball band that was hiding in plain sight. I think St. Anthony put it there for us.
Maybe Chompy stole it.
Chompy does not steal.
He's only a baby turtle. He doesn't know
Big
better.
vitals. Okay. All right, now, I'm going to give you some extra because last week you didn't get any. So here we have Shetland wool terms. Lemon is combed wool from Shetland sheep for spinning. Macking is knitting. Single macking is flat knitting. Plain macking is stockinette stitch. Reggie's is a garter stitch. Right loop is a knit stitch. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to say something here is, in the 14th century, King Edward III declared that the Speaker of the House of Lords of Parliament should sit on a bale of wool now called the wool sack, in order to symbolize the importance of the wool trade to England's economy. The Lord Speaker still sits on a seat stuffed with wool and covered with red cloth. I may have said that one already, but it was on this page and I really wanted to say it again. So
I don't think you said that one already.
I thought that was interesting. So that is your knitting ephemera for this week. And this knitting ephemera book is by Carol J. Sulkowski. Okay. All right. Now, before we go into the thank yous and stuff, as you know, we have a big weekend coming up. Ty has a doctor appointment, and we will not be able to podcast early in the week. So we're going to probably try to do a podcast Friday, this Friday, which means it will be a very small time in between. We probably won't have a lot to show, but we want to be able to touch base with you that week because we won't be able to do it again until the following Monday.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that you don't miss a podcast that week, even though it'll be really early. It'll actually be technically still this week. So, and it's not a problem for us. It's fine. We just want to make sure that we say hi, you know, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. It'll probably be a little shorter unless something happens and we get an explosion of things that we do. But she works, so she probably won't.
Right.
Okay. So we'll probably see you here Friday, which I believe is the 27th, something like that. Friday, whatever the 27th is. I think it's the 27th. Okay. We do want to thank our YouTube commenters, Missy, Rena, Brenda, and Donna. And if I missed anybody, those are the ones I saw this morning before we went to podcast. So we want to thank you, and we want to thank everybody who commented on Ravelry. I want to thank again my testers. The shawls came out beautifully, and thank you for your encouragement and support. Much appreciated. And I think that's it. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, thank you, everybody.
Okay, so we want to wish you a week or half week or whatever it is before we see you again. Full
Not
of
even half a week.
Yeah, all that you enjoy doing, whether it's knitting, crocheting, hand knitting, gardening, whatever it is you like to do, and that makes you happy, and may it be filled with blessings. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode, was it 317?
317.
317, and that's a wrap.
Bye.